Good evening, Abel.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready for the class?
Yes.
Okay. So we will now continue on the reading part. So incomplete sentence. Okay. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. Kindly read number 10 with your answers.
Okay. The product development team were anxious that the competition would produce a similar product and get it on the market before they did.
Okay. Number 11.
The designer made the assumption that people are attracted to boxes in primary colors.
Okay. Number 12.
The experimental model of the new car drew attention wherever it was shown.
Number 13.
Our team came up with the most logical solution to the problem.
Okay. Number 14.
The new employee accepted responsible for not discovering a trade market toy exactly like his own company's.
Okay. Number 15.
Mr. O did not give the project adequate supervision and the product never made it to market.
Okay. So for text completion, choose the word or phrase that best completes the sentence. So kindly read this one with your answers.
In order to stay competitive in today's market, companies must continually work to develop new products. Through systematic research, a company can ascertain what consumers are interested in buying. Then products that match those interests can be developed. Nothing should be assumed about consumer interests. Product developers need to examine all the data carefully before spending money on a new product. This is only logical. Consumers will buy products that meet their needs and desires. The money and effort spent on market research will be repaid many times over by a product that sells well.
Okay, you say effort.
Effort.
Very good. So let us proceed to reading comprehension. Kindly read this article first, or this email rather, and we will continue with the question and answer portion.
Okay. Dear Miss Holliger, I
Hollinger.
Holling, I understand that the company has an opening in the product development department. I am interested in applying for this position. I have been working for new age systems for close to a decade. Sir, currently I am a research assistant in the marketing department. During my time at New Age Systems, I have worked in several departments at the company and have had the opportunity to learn a great deal about its work. I feel that I am now ready to assume the responsibilities of a higher level position. I am anxious to speak with you about working in the product development department. Thank you for your attention. I look forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
Dear Mr.
Ayers.
Ayers, thank you for your letter expressing interest in applying for the position in the product development department. Unfortunately, the position you are interested in has already been filled. However, I have communicated with your supervisor, and he speaks very highly of you. I have also examined your work record. It is clear that you would be a good asset to our department. I expect that we will have another opening before the end of this year. As soon as I have ascertained the av- availab- availability of that position, I will be in contact with you. I look forward to meeting with you in the near future.
Okay. So, how long has Mr. Ayers worked for New Age System Incorporated?
Almost 10 years.
Very good. And what job does Mr. Ayers have now?
Research assistant.
Okay. And what will Miss Hollinger do?
Tell Mr. Ayers when a position becomes available.
Okay. You say Ayers.
Oh, Ayers.
Okay. Very good. And the word assume in line 9 of the first letter is closest in meaning to.
Study.
Okay. The word examined in line 6 of the second letter is closest in meaning to.
Look at.
Okay, very good. Do you have questions, Abel, before we open Unit 30?
No.
Okay. Kindly open your book for Unit 30, Abel.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So it's all about renting and leasing. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now here. Kindly read the word bank, Abel.
Okay. Apprehensive.
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 Okay.
Circumstance. Condition. Due to. Fluc- flu-
Fluctuate.
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 Okay.
Get out of. Indicator. Lease. Lock into. Occupy. Option. Subject to.
Okay. Kindly read all of this, Abel.
Okay. Apprehensive. Adjective. Anxious about the future. Most new home buyers are apprehensive about their decision. The mortgage
Mortgage.
The mortgage lender was apprehensive about the company's ability to pay. Circumstance. Now, a condition, a situation. Under the current
Economic
uh, e- economic circumstance,
circumstances.
circumstances,
Okay.
they will not be able to purchase the property. If the circumstances
Okay.
change in the near future and we have new properties, we will be sure to call you. Condition. Now, the state of something, a requirement. Except for some minor repairs, the building is in very good condition. There are certain conditions that are unique to leasing a property due to because of due to the low interest rates, good office space is difficult to find. He didn't believe that the low prices were due only to the neighborhood. Fluctuate. Verb. To go up and down, to change. No one is very comfortable making a large investment while the currency values fluctuate almost daily. Prime business areas fluctuate with local economies. Crime rates and cost of living in dice.
You say prime.
Crime.
Crime. Okay.
Get out of. Verb. To escape, to exit. The agent wasn't sure if the executives could get out of their prior real estate arrangement.
You say executives.
Executives.
Okay.
The company wanted to get out of the area before property values declined even further. Indicator. Now, a sign, a signal. If the economy is an accurate indicator, rental prices will increase
Rapidly.
rapidly in the next 6 months. The results of the election were seen as an important indicator of the stability in the area.
Stability.
Stability. Lease. Now, a contract to pay to use property of an amount of time. Verb. To make a contract to use property. With the lease expiring next year, they need to start looking for a new location as soon as possible. They are decide to lease a property rather than buy it. Lock into. Verb. To commit, to be unable to change. The company locked itself into a 10-year lease that they didn't want. Before you locked yourself into something, Check all your options. Occupy, verb, to draw or reside in. Tenants are usually allowed to occupy their space beginning on the first day of the month. Our company has occupied his office for more than 5 years. Option, noun, a choice, an alternative. You could arrange
Alternative.
alternative. You can arrange the lease with an option to buy after a certain amount of time. With the real estate market so tight right now, you don't have that many options. Subject to adjective. Under legal power dependent. This contract is subject to all the laws and regulations of the state. The go ahead to buy is subject to the president's approval.
Okay. So for the word in context, able, kindly answer and we will check right after. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Simot niya yung lambot siguro. Sabi? amang ilahang resita na. Gitunol mo ko to sa imo. Itong paguman ako paliteras ni sa top. Bugok. Gitunol ako ni mo apil ang pitaka. Kalimot ka. Daray. Sige, gisod sa busita ko. Gisod sa busita eh. Tanawa dito. Mayroon ka mo ingon na. Ikaw mismo mungaw kay ka. Nga no, daily, gyud. Kada kung babae, asang kuan. Yan nara sa imo ha. Tanawa dito ay bugok. Bright ito, Diyog ko. Daray. Mangil. Ikay kusog mo namangil. Ikaw rin naaral din mo. Tanawa dito ay matasok patakalakaw.
I'm finished.
Okay, let us check. So, kindly read with your answers.
Okay. Starting a new business is both an exciting and frightening undertaking. Most new business owners are apprehensive about their ability to make all the decisions that arise during the course of opening a business. One of the first issues that will arise is whether to buy or lease property. In order to evaluate the options, business owners research the current real estate market. Occupancy rates are a good indicator of the overall business climate. Prices per square foot will increase as the occupancy rate increases. Economic change is part of the business climate. There are often large fluctuations in prices within a given city. These fluctuations are due to many factors like the condition of the building, the surrounding neighborhood, access to public transportation, and business projections for the area. Because there is so much uncertainty in starting a business, many owners do not want to lock into themselves a long-term lease. Many negotiate clauses in their contract to get out of a lease under certain circumstances.
Okay.
They want to ensure prices and conditions of a property before making a large commitment. This provide flexibility that they like if their actions but they don't like to be subject to rules.
Abel,
Yes.
I can't hear you clearly. You're cutting in and out.
Okay.
Okay, so I can hear you better now. So, here, do you have questions before we proceed to word family?
No.
Okay. Kindly read for word family. Abel.
Okay. Ap- apprehend. Verb. A child.
Apprehend.
Apprehend. Verb. A child can't apprehend the importance of saving for the future. Apprehension. Now.
Apprehension.
Apprehension. Now. The air was thick with apprehension as the landlord met with the tenants.
Tenants.
Tenants. Apprehensive. Adjective. The tenants were apprehensive about the conditions of their rental agreement. Circumstantially.
Okay.
Adverb. The building owner circumstantially takes money out of the escrow account
Escrow.
account for emergency repairs. Circumstance. Now, because of our circumstances, the rental agent kindly allowed us to get out of our lease early. Circumstantial.
Okay.
Add adjective. The judge's decision that the tenant was responsible for repairing the damage was based solely on circumstantial evidence.
Okay.
Condition verb. The president conditioned her acceptance on two factors that were spelled out in the letter of agreement. Condition. Now, they decided to rent the space under the condition that the price would not be raised for the next 2 years. Conditional adjective. If you give a conditional go ahead, we will start drawing up the plans. Indicate verb. As was indicated in the terms of the lease, any changes to the property must be approved by the owners. Indicator. Now, the state of local schools is a good indicator of the health of the economy. Indication. Now, the management team had every indication that the tenants were planning to stay for the near future. Fluctuate verb. As interest rates began to fluctuate, many investors became nervous and took their money out of the real estate market. Fluctuation. Now, construction is sensitive to any fluctuations in the economy. Fluctuating. Gerund. Any additional fluctuating on prices will not be accepted. Occupy verb. The owner must make sure that the space is in good condition before the tenant occupies it. Occupant. Now, most of the occupants of this building are doctors and lawyers. Occupancy. Now, the occupancy rate of the building has never fallen below 85%.
Okay. So from listening comprehension, Abel, I want you to answer from part 1 to part 4. Okay?
Okay,
So we will check right after you answer all. All
okay,
right?
Lesson number 30, Listening Comprehension. Part 1, Photo. Number 1, look at the picture marked number 1. A,
The woman is apprehensive about signing the lease.
B,
The couple is due to arrive any minute.
C,
The man is trying to get out of the building.
D.
The occupancy rate for this room is 450.
Part 2, Question Response. Number 2. Number 1. Look at the picture marked number 1. A,
The woman is apprehensive about signing the lease.
B,
The couple is due to arrive any minute.
C,
The man is trying to get out of the building.
D.
The occupancy rate for this room is 450.
Part 2. Question response. Number 2.
Who are the occupants on the second floor?
A. They'll take occupancy next week. B. 2 lawyers' offices. C. No, we only occupy the first floor.
Number 3.
Is the building in good condition?
A. Yes, the landlord keeps it in good repair. B. Yes, it's near all the bus routes. C. Yes, all the tenants are very nice.
Part 3. Short conversation. Numbers 4 through 6 relate to the following conversation.
I understand that we may be able to get out of this unfortunate circumstance.
Yes, under certain conditions, a clause in your contract may not be valid.
I'll pay you whatever it takes to get us out of this legally. I don't want to be subjected to any lawsuit.
You don't need to be apprehensive about that. Due to the poorly written clause, you have the option to get out of the contract if you decide to do so by the end of the month.
B. Yes, it's near all the bus routes. C. Yes, all the tenants are very nice.
Part 3. Short conversation. Numbers 4 through 6 relate to the following conversation.
I understand that we may be able to get out of this unfortunate circumstance.
Yes, under certain conditions, a clause in your contract may not be valid.
I'll pay you whatever it takes to get us out of this legally. I don't want to be subjected to any lawsuit.
You don't need to be apprehensive about that. Due to the poorly written clause, you have the option to get out of the contract if you decide to do so by the end of the month.
Part 4. Talk. Questions 7 through 9 relate to the following recording.
Before you sign a lease on a space for your business, make sure you have chosen the best location. Look for the indicators of a neighborhood that is good for business. Are there other successful businesses occupying spaces nearby? Is there access to public transportation? Is the area attractive to customers and clients? If the conditions don't look right for your business, look into other options. Don't lock yourself into a long-term lease on a space that isn't right for you. Once you have found the best space for your business, then you can look at signing a long-term lease. Rental rates often fluctuate. If you sign a lease for 5 years, then you are guaranteed a rent you can afford.
I'm finished.
Okay. So number one, kindly tell me your answer.
A. The woman is apprehensive about signing the lease.
Okay. And question number two. So, listen to the question in three responses. Choose the response that best answers the questions. Who are the occupants on the second floor?
Mm, B. Two lawyer's office.
Okay. Okay. And question number three. Is the building in good condition?
A. Yes. The landlord keeps it in good repair.
Very good. Okay. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. All right. So number four, Abel. Listen to the dialogue, then read each question and choose the best answer. What does the man want to do?
Sign a contract.
Let us read the okay. Oh, conversation. Wait, let me just copy the script. Okay. So I understand the question is what does the man want to do, right?
Yes.
So I understand that we may be able to get out of this unfortunate circumstances. Yes, under certain conditions, a clause in your contract may not be valid. I'll pay you whatever it takes to get out of this legally. So, what does the man want to do? He wants to get out of a lease. Okay?
Mm, mm, mm. Where can see
Here.
I'll pay you whatever it takes to get us out of this. Okay.
And as of here, he already mentioned that if they are able to get out of this unfortunate circumstance, okay?
Mm, okay.
Okay. So, number 5, what is he afraid of?
Is afraid of. Making a wrong decision.
Okay. Now, here. He does not want to be being used. Do you know what loose suit means?
No.
Okay. It means that it is a disagreement between people or organization that is brought to a court for law for a decision. So he does not want to be being used. Okay.
Okay. Used.
So here,
Being used.
as he mentioned that I don't want to be subjected to any lawsuit. So he doesn't like to get involved or to be used. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So number 6, when does he have to make a decision?
Before the end of the month.
Okay, very good. Okay. So number 7, part 4, talk. So listen to the talk, then read each question and choose the best answer. Okay?
Okay.
So who is the audience for this talk?
Tenants.
Very good. All right. And what should a business owner do before signing a lease?
Look at the neighborhood.
Very good. What length of time does the speaker recommended for a lease?
5 years.
Okay. Now here. Reading. So incomplete sentence, choose the word that best completes the sentence. Alright?
Okay.
Kindly read number 10 with your answer.
Okay. The president was apprehensive about adding more space to the factory.
Okay. Number 11.
The financial circumstances of our business don't allow us to lease an office with such a high monthly rate.
Okay. Number 12.
A real estate agent couldn't determine how to best work with a company that placed so many conditions on everything that they did.
Number 13.
The buyer indicated with a note of his hand that he was placing a bid on the property.
Very good. Number 14.
Fluctuation as it does. I don't understand how anyone can depend on their country's money to find a safe investment.
Okay. Your answer was?
Fluctuation. See?
Okay. Perhaps the right answer is fluctuating as it does. Okay, I don't understand how anyone can depend on the country's market to provide a safe investments. So it's referring to fluctuating, as he mentioned here. Okay, so it was this statement is referring to fluctuating.
Fluctuating.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. And since we don't have enough time, Abel, to finish this one, we will continue on our next class. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Abel. Do you have questions before we end our class?
No.
All right. Thank you so much. You never fail to amaze me. Very smart. And you may have a very good night, Abel. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Bye bye.